Good afternoon everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. And welcome to this new video, an update kind of on Hedera and the Hbar coin. There are quite a lot of things we need to talk about. There's been some great news for Hedera. We'll talk about that and we'll talk about what that means. A brief preview of that. Here you can see Dell joins the Hedera Governing Council. We'll talk about that and its effects. We'll also talk about, excuse me, I completely am in the wrong tab. We'll also talk a little bit about how Hedera as a network is doing, how it's developing, and we'll talk about the technicals of Hbar. So quite a lot to talk about. What we cannot add in that is, well, perhaps maybe a mistake that we do not talk about that, but it's something you should know. And that is that the Federal Reserve Chair, Jerome Powell, is giving a speech in about an hour and 17 minutes. Probably about 30 minutes from when I uploaded this video. So that's going to make the markets move. All right. I cannot really incorporate that into the analysis, but just know that Hbar in the next 3 hours is probably going to be relatively correlated to Bitcoin. So keep an eye out for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin all of a sudden crashes to 22,000, Hbar is going to crash as well. If Bitcoin is going to go up to 23,400, Hbar is as well. But this is more of a general overview and analysis, kind of taking that into incorporation a little bit, but also trying to just talk about how Hedera and Hbar itself are doing. All right, so let's get right into it. As I said, great news that Dell is joining the Hedera Governing Council to explore developing decentralized applications, which is very broad, but that doesn't matter. Right now the Hedera public ledger has up to 39 members, basically all big corporations such as Google, Boeing, and now also Dell, and they all run a node on the network. Dell is definitely not a small player in the computer industry, and therefore this is great news. And we also saw some bullish momentum because of that. Here you can see we have not managed to break above our main resistance level, which has been our main resistance level for the last 2.5 weeks, 7.5 cents. But there's bullish momentum, and the last word hasn't been said yet. But yeah, that's the news. It's bullish for the long term, also bullish for the short term on how maybe they can participate in the Hedera network, which is, by the way, it's a nice little bridge, doing fairly well. Last time we took a look at Hedera, we were going down a little bit. We had our top at January the 21st at around 134 million total value locked. After that we dropped down towards a little bit around 120, but right now we're at $140 million in total value locked. And as you can see, ever since we've been gathering statistics on that, on DeFi Llama, that's an all-time high. That's an all-time high in the total value locked on the Hedera network, 100% bullish. All right, so altogether there seems to be quite a lot of momentum for Hedera. The thing though is that technically we've just been held back by 7.5 cents. And even now, I think it's more likely that we'll drop down a little bit towards this level here around 7 cents, 6.8 cents. And I do think that given the bullish momentum that's still in the market, and also definitely given the momentum that Hedera has, I do think at some point we'll be able to break above 7.5 cents. We could still consolidate for more than a week, but at some point I expect us to break above 7.5 cents, get towards 8 cents, 8.2 cents, but eventually move all the way up to 8.5 and this level between ultimately 8.8 and 8.5 cents. That's what I expect. As I said, we could consolidate before that. It doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to do that in the next few days, but in general, that's what I expect. Now, if the speech by Jerome Powell really sets into motion a lot of bearish momentum, then we could actually drop down all the way to 6.4, 6.3 cents. And the moment that happens, I would start to doubt this analysis. But if we just stay on top of at least like 6.8 cents, I think we're still fine. And this speech also gives us the possibility, which could also happen, that something like this actually is accelerated and that we break above 7.5 cents in the next 2 hours. So yeah, that's kind of the effect of the speech, said in brief, all depending on what Bitcoin does, to keep it simple. But for now, that's my take on Hedera and my update. If you do have any questions, let me know. But for now, take care and bye.